Hello everybody, as you all know, my name is Antoine Rock and I am glad to present my project about the trip I have made in London and Paris. Since my study abroad days until today, there are two companies that keep turning in my mind days and night, Lloyd's and Schneider. It is hard to pick one and leave the other one, but since I have to make a choice, I decided to choose Schneider because I am a big fan of Mother Nature and my project is all about sustainability. As I mentioned earlier, I believe Schneider Electric is a great place to work, not because it's a multi-billion-dollar company, but to me, it's because they are care about sustainability. At Schneider Electric, they are doing everything possible to protect the environment and to make this world a better place to live. You don't have to take my word for it. Let's just watch this video and I'll be back.
Schneider Electric is the worldwide global leader in energy management. We have 130,000 employees. We have 5 major business units: infrastructure and utilities, industry, data centers, residential and buildings. For a long time, our business strategy has been totally aligned with our sustainable development strategy. Our environmental strategy is global. We want to ensure a consistent level of information wherever our products are being manufactured, wherever they have been designed, wherever the customers is buying from Schneider Electric. For many years we have been complying with RHS, even if, as I said, it's only a small portion of our catalog. We have been also complying with REACH for quite some time. What we want to do is to go one step further, and this was achieved earlier this year by launching our Green Premium Ecomark, providing to customers not only legal compliance about REACH and ROS, but also life cycle analysis, end-of-life instruction, all these information which are made or elaborated based on international standards. For our life cycle assessment, we provide also a number of indicators to highlight how is a given product characterized from an environmental perspective in the different phases of its life cycle: manufacturing, distribution, installation, use, end of life. And for each of these phases, we have KPIs to indicate what is the impact on air, water and the planet regarding this specific product. So this is why we have selected to have a web-based approach to provide our customers all this information 24/24, 7/7. This information is helping our customers to design themselves products and solutions which are environmentally friendly. We have many challenges on the product side. First of all, we have a huge catalog. We have many hundreds of thousands of physical products. So whenever a law applies to these products, then we have to report many hundreds of thousands of data, status and so on. Item number 2 is our growth has been fueled by organic growth on one side, but also external acquisition. Therefore, we have quite a heterogeneous IT world, and we have to cope with that. On this topic, with PTC, Insight has helped us to accommodate non-historical PTC users within Schneider, and also to take care of the heterogeneous information systems which our suppliers are using worldwide. We want to be perceived as a company which is easy to do business with for our customers. We can do that obviously by our own efforts, our R&D teams and so on. We also need to make sure that in our industrial world we take that into account. And obviously, because we are buying a lot from external suppliers, we need to ensure that our suppliers are also improving their own environmental footprint and therefore contribute to the reduction of Schneider Electric's environmental footprint.
They are also improving life.
Improving lives for farmers around the world depends not just on getting a better price for the harvest, it also depends on learning sustainable techniques for agriculture which preserve the land for future generations. Modern agriculture has a huge impact on the environment. All those agrochemicals, all those petroleum-based inputs into the food system, they take a huge toll on the planet and on the land. Not to mention the health risks of handling these toxic herbicides and pesticides that are implicit in that high-tech version of agriculture. Fair trade is trying to move farmers to a more sustainable model of agriculture. We have very rigorous standards around the use of agrochemicals. The most toxic chemicals are simply not allowed in the fair trade world, and we audit against that every year. Fair trade also has a powerful incentive to encourage farmers to make the leap to organics. We don't require organics, but we encourage farmers to go there, and we ensure that they get more money when they make that leap to organics. Because we believe that organic agriculture is the gold standard for environmental sustainability and for worker health and safety. One of the goals of fair trade is to create an economic model that supports sustainable agriculture. At the end of the day, if you and I as consumers don't have access to sustainable products, those products won't flourish. That won't become the new normal. So fair trade is all about providing a sustainable economic model to support environmental sustainability.
Now, what about our visit to Schneider? Let's hear what we have learned.
There'll be a garbage can out there that you can throw that away. It's a little bit of a walk. All right, so we call this the gallery. And I have to look up my cards because I forgot the name of the hall. But essentially, this is the problem that all of us are going to face. And it's the reason why Schneider Electric exists. Because energy demand, according to the International Energy Agency, by the year 2050 is going to increase by a factor of 2. We know why all of that is happening, right? China's coming on board, India's coming on board. All these millions of people are demanding the energy that we had in the 50s, right? The way that we consumed it grew our society. They want to do the same for theirs, and why not? However, because of this whole global warming thing going on and what we're doing to our own planet, we have to take the CO2 and cut it by a factor of 2, right? The problem is never, except for once, in the history of human civilization have we been able to grow while consuming less energy, right? That's the trick. How do you grow, how do you expand, and how do you consume less energy at the same time? There was one country that was able to do it in the early 1970s when the first OPEC oil crisis, you guys are probably too young to remember that, but Japan, who told their people, listen, all you guys are going to listen to us, and you're going to live a different lifestyle because we got to get our energy consumption way down because the oil prices are too high, we don't have any oil, we can't afford all this, we got to import half. They were able to do it. So they were able to grow and to cut their energy demand by half. But Japan is a very special country. America is not like Japan. The government's not going to tell us what to do, right? I mean, we're resistant to that. We're independent. We don't just march to the orders, right? So what we do is we offer technologies that help to be much more efficient in terms of how factories are operating, in terms of how buildings are operating, cities are operating, hospitals, all of those kinds of things. So that's the dilemma that we all share. We all have to think about ways to cut energy consumption and to improve the CO2 emissions story. So now,
before I finish this video, I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart Professor Poda, Professor Aiki, my peers, Florence and Fatima, for making this trip a success. In other words, something I will never forget as long as I live. Thank you so much, guys. If I never see you again, I miss you all. Bye.